to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You
get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in and plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
A give running left, it's Sanders. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Good luck. Crossed fingers.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing is Hurts. turnover and converted into an opening touchdown. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
The previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could
Beaming face with smiling eyes, partying face, fireworks, sparkler.
Here's the call. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead it 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the open. Again here, 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Prescott off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll have good field position here following the interception.
Long day coming for Dallas.
They start with a 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, 34 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback. And it'll come out to the 25.
Face with handover, mouth beaming face with smiling eyes.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. He'll buy some time. Oh, Prescott stripped. Points 1, 2, and 3 on their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience, it's
forced a safety.
You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And first and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown.
Everyone who's watching.
And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Joe to follow all his gaming career updates.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 21-0 our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. His throw incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Taking it about the 16. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7-0 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Running right, here's Sanders. Shoves him away. taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I do the same thing I used to do on punt return, run one way then change direction. Makes for great points if done right.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And this is caught. Touchdown.
Our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Yes, rolling on the floor laughing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Prescott now from the 50. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll throw again. Prescott escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game.
And the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins,
75 yards.
and the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Elliott on for the extra point. He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
For those that are just joining, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Joe has some awesome stuff you do not want to miss out.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Prescott on first down. Open man is Noah Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Prescott.
This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. To the air again, Prescott. This will be caught once again by Brown.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Marr is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try to...
Frowning face.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning it. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy, stone-faced, wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, Elliott. Ooh, with a juke. And he gets it down to the 32. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end. So they were on him in a hurry. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and they will remain well behind. Hard to believe that they could mount that long of a drive and come up with nothing on the scoreboard.
It can be disheartening, it can be frustrating, it can also cause some anger because when that happens, that type of a drive, and you come up empty, you're really looking for someone to blame, and you start pointing fingers at each other.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. this offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Elliott now to have the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Stupid people in the way. Face with rolling eyes, face with steam from nose.
Very tidy two-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And out now come the Cowboys.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be...
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Darius Slagle's defense gets a pick-6 TD.
And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick-6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense.
It's a game that
Try going for two next time.
At least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? No more turnovers, and see how that works.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll run with Sanders up the middle.
When I used to do it, it set up everyone from one side and run the other way.
I think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
59 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball...
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Sanders. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. That they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
Without the two-point conversation.
They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out?